Hello everybody, my name is Drew and welcome back to yet another episode of Feed the Beast. I'm hanging out here hovering above our constructed... wow. Can I start again? I'm going to start again. I'm hanging here floating in space above this wonderfully magnificent thing that we have constructed. Just kind of taking it in. Like, this is actually a pretty big base area, man. Considering what I had in Season 1, this is very, very spacious. And the Endermen keep trying to redecorate my roof, but, you know, that's on them. They're amateur decorators, and I can live with that. Like, we've got our greenhouse here, we've got the farms, we have the bees, which I've totally ignored. We got this whole bad boy down here. Actually, am I out of lava again? I bet you I'm out of lava. Oh, no, I'm not. Still got tons of lava. Oh, does that mean my glass is done? Kind of. Oh, dude, we got tons of glass. Here, gimme. So, we've built a lot of crazy contraptions so far this season. And we've upgraded a lot of things. We've got AE2 working overtime. We have this whole mess of stuff down here, which we made, including our super awesome wither chamber. Now with lights that don't get broken. I don't know whether did I have these last episode? I don't think I did. But redstone lamps, totally not breakable and totally wardable. So this is all lit up and still functions just the way I want it to. And gives us wither. I could leave him in here if I really wanted to. Put a big thing around it. He'd just live here. How cool is this thing that we built up? I marvel at my own magnificence, I swear. Especially because he dies so quickly too. Oh, you're trying to put up a fight? Oh, that's cute. Like 1 heart worth of damage. It's not even fair. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're got a helmet on. I'm so happy with what we've built. It's so cool. So good. Anyway, I really want to upgrade our power again. We do have a really badass power system, but it's not quite as badass as it possibly could be. Especially because it no longer keeps up with our Tesseract system. So how then are we going to fix this? I wonder. Well, variety of ways we can do that. Now, the one thing I was concerned about, this got turned off. I want this turned on. For now. And we're going to go downstairs and just see what the kind of power draw we've got going on. Which is going to show not a whole lot, like 35, 36. And that's because these all have energy in them, but they're quickly getting drained. Come back here. And you can see here he's 100% full. Slowly getting drained. I mean, this does produce a whopping 17,000 RF per tick. These do a lot as well. But to run our system the way we want, the mining system at full bore, requires a shit ton of power. More power than we can actually keep up with, to be perfectly frank, in our current setup. This is also just really inefficient. Like, look how quickly we're pulling steam out. These are useless because I'm reheating. These are now low pressure boilers. I'm in the process of switching these over. I may keep these last, or this one is a high pressure boiler, just to see if it can keep up production. But I'm really not going to hold my breath on that. I'm stuck. All right. So we know that we need to upgrade our system, and we need to upgrade to a point where we're going to have more RF than our conduits can handle. So what do we do about that? I guess you're wondering. Well, turn that off again. That's a good question, and one that's going to be answered with a number of different mods and some other upgrades. Throw that away there. We could, so is a way to make a nether star based system using the nether star generators, and these will generate a lot of power. Of course, getting the 8 and then 64 times versions. However, they do deal a lot of damage to the player. So I'm not exactly keen on doing that. I mean, it could be done. Not going to recommend it. There's nether shards. Nether shards. I haven't found any nether shards yet. I may have to go hunting. We're more interested in actually upgrading our reactor. I want to make some more Yellorium fuel rods, number one. The setup that we have is workable, but not really that efficient. I can make 16 more of them. So we're going to end up with 18 in total. So let's go back down here in our power room for half a moment. I'll change into bat mode. So we have this beautiful big reactor here, and there's a number of different ways we can upgrade this. Number one, I can change this to the more classical checkerboard pattern, which would actually put four more of these in each row. So that'd be like another 12 reactor cores on this, which would be huge. But our rate of fuel usage would go up considerably. We're already using 1.8 millibuckets. And while the core encasing heat transfer is really good, it could be better. Because we are using Ender, purified, no, what is this called? Liquid Ender? Liquefied Ender? Whatever. We're using that stuff. It's liquefied Ender pearls. I can never remember what it's called. So that's something that we need to change. Because we now have the ability to mass produce cryothium dust. In fact, I think we do have a bunch of those. If not, we can make more. Let's go on down here for half a minute. Got 33 blizz rods. But I wonder how many I have in the main system. 7. So we're going to need to make some more blizz rods. 40 in total, because we're going to need to make a buttload of jellied cryothium. And I'm going to use that to refill in our reactor. What's in there right now? No. Okay, I've had enough of you. What are you doing? Yeah, nah, now what you do? Okay, blitz. Blitz? No, blitz. They're in here. Oh, it is already in here. Perfect. On. Go to work. Do your thing. You working? Ah, it's working. There he goes. All right, so that guy will go and run, and we'll make a whole bunch of blizz rods. But let's try and make some jellied cryothium just with what we have. Let's get rid of that. Throw these in here, for we will need them. Cryothium dust. We'll need blizz powder, which can be due to 4. Ah, sorry. Let's maximize this then. We can also make cryo. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I should maybe make a system to. I forgot that we could do that using fluid transposers and snowballs. Interesting. Okay, so let's grab our blizz powder. Or blizz rods, rather. And we will go over to our pulverizer. It's over here. And we'll let that pulverize up. So we'll have quite a lot of cryothium dust. Or pulverized blizz rods. But we will need more things. Blizz powder, that's what it's called. Can I remember? Again, I don't remember names for things. I don't get paid enough to remember names. I remember what it does. And what it does is make awesome things happen. That should be enough for now. So let those blizz rods get crushed up. And go over here and let's make some cryothium. Cryothium dust. So we're going to need some niter, snowballs, redstone, and blizz powder. Now I wonder how many snowballs I have. Oh, more than I thought. Niter. Ooh, we don't have a lot of niter. Let's see, we need to make rock salt. Oh, we should have a bunch of niter over here. Ooh, in our cobbleworks. Ton of niter. Beautiful. I'm doing on that warp board. 15 minutes. I really should refill my warp pool. Thank you. That's totally what I wanted you to do. Okay, so we got that guy. 22 cryothium dust. So now, what you do, you take it over to here, and your magma crucible turns it into jellied cryothium. Super. This stuff is cold, guys. Like super, super cold. Like as cold as you can possibly make something. In fact, when we put it into our system down here, it will actually make this start to snow up on top of this reactor. That is how cold it is. It used to be, if you remember in season 1, have the ability to turn glowstone, liquid glowstone source blocks into actual glowstone. Or rather, any glowstone. It was pooled. Now it requires source blocks because it doesn't want that farm running. Unfortunate for us, because I really wanted to make a glowstone farm, but it is not to be had, unfortunately. How are these doing? They're kind of okay. So we need to, we're going to have to turn this guy off, and I'm concerned about our power. Actually, you know what we should do? We should expand this guy. Let's do that while we're at it. Let's make that what we're going to do. So we've got these basic capacitors, but we want regular capacitors, or even vibrant. But vibrant, I feel like, will be too much. So let's grab a capacitor bank. And we'll just do it this way. It's easier to do like that. 3 more capacitor banks. Yeah, we reuse our old system. I'm going to change this guy to being regular. And we'll put 1, 2, 3. I wonder if this will... there we go. And 1 giant one. In 16,000. Now we have 45,000 RF per tick. Quite a lot. We should consider expanding this 1 more this way, or even 2 more this way. Just because we're going to want to move quite a lot of power. And it's going to take a lot of effort to do that. But I'm going to let a lot of these materials break down, cook up, and start replacing the elements of our reactor. And you guys will join me in a hot minute. Alright guys, we're just checking back in here to see how our setup is doing, and it's not doing what I want it to do. Fill? Not, oh no, it needs to be in, I guess it won't fill from the bottom. Well, that's unfortunate. Can I put you in here and do it? There we go, it'll actually fill it now. More or less. So we've got a whole bunch of jellied cryothium in here right now, with more on the way. This should be done. Yes, it is. Put that in there. Those can go away, and that can go away, and that can go away. I've revamped the layout of our reactor. Okay, 21.5. That should be... I'm to get it started. Like, fancifully, apparently all we had was 24 buckets of... what is this called? Resident Ender. I can never remember that. Resident Ender. So we only had 24 buckets. We're going to need more than 24 to do this, to do this, I think. So let's go ahead, plunk this guy down, grab ourselves a bucket, and we're going to start. So the nice part is, I don't necessarily have to have a ton of it flowing around, because there's just the open cavities between these, like that. So only 1 of these, and each one of these is only, how deep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep, something like that. We could make it taller, but I don't think I need to. See what happens when I do this. First of all, that went in the wrong spot, and it's going to make everything snowy. Super. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? If I go right here, I'm fine with it making things snowy, but does it actually sink all the way to the bottom? The answer is yes, it does. Alright, so I was expecting that. That was 2. Here's 3. 4. 5, and the last one at 6. And then I could, oh shit, I need those casings. Dang it, Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's take whole stack. Why not? So that is one section complete. Now, as far as fluids go, you really cannot beat the absolute brutal efficiency of jellied cryothium. There literally is nothing better. It will perfectly transport our heat from our reactor rods into our casing, and it's just going to be good. It's just going to be good. So now I have the dubious distinction of filling up all of these. Now I have enough to do another 2. So why not do this middle one like this? And like I said, this stuff is cold. How are we doing there? 2 more. Good, I was counting right. So I'm going to fill this whole contraption up with jellied cryothium, and then we'll see how many we get, because I'm interested to know. But I'll be making another cut right here, and well, you'll see this when it's full up, and all of my hard work is actually done. All right, I'm back and ready to flip the switch on our now recompleted reactor and see just what happens. I mean, it's already generating a little bit of heat simply by existing, just 20 degrees. Let's activate this guy and see what happens. What did we get up to? 22, maybe 23,000, 24,000. 25.2. Keep going up. All right. But we're using fuel at an alarming rate. A rate of 4.5, about 4.5 millibuckets. That's not so good. So nothing we can really do about that, unfortunately, but our heat transfer is excellent. And we're going to be able to power our whole base off this, but we sort of hit a problem with this, because these lines are only able to transfer 20,000 RF per tick. But that is where thermal expansion comes in to play. They have, as you remember, some nifty ways of getting things around, including, I'm going to change this guy. How are we doing? We good? All right, we have a way to get near infinite or actually infinite amounts of power around, and we're going to be working on that right now. So where's cryo stabilized? So what we want to make are flux ducts, cryo stabilized flux duct empty. So we're going to need to make some redstone energy flux ducts. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a process, it appears. So why don't I go ahead and empty out what we do have in here, and we're going to make ourselves some redstone flux ducts. Flux duct. I want redstone energy flux duct empty. So we do need to use that. We do have electrum, so I'm not terribly worried about that. Yeah, that should be enough. 64 plus 8. That should be enough. I could make more of the items needed, but I think we'll be okay. So we need to fill this guy with destabilized redstone. So I'm actually going to take this and I'm going to turn them into blocks, because blocks get us more bang for our buck. Go on over here. Are you done? Have you emptied? You have. Splendid. So we've got 11.5 buckets of that on hand. Let's start with melting this down and putting these in here and seeing how long that takes. It shouldn't take too long to melt these down, although I probably could speed these up. Do I have any open upgrade slots in these? I do not. I do in this one. So let's go ahead. Thermodynamics. So we want whatever increases output. 2 times processing speed. Yes, that's what I want. Secondary reception coil. You got it. That guy right there. So at least make this guy render quicker. I'm surprised they haven't fixed this graphical bug. I'm assuming at this point he's just waiting for 1.9 to come out, or the 1.9 mods. Although, I did see a teaser for 1.10, and like the paint is barely dry on 1.9, which kind of shocked me, because like that's a really, really quick turnaround for for Mojang in terms of like mod update. So good on them. Good on them for that. Throw those ones in there. We might not even need the whole stack, to be honest. I'm going to grab those out of there. We'll let this guy finish up. So we have a whopping 11 buckets of this stuff. That's eat a little steak. Hey, I should have another fresh stack of steak somewhere. Is that a weird sentence? I don't know. That seems like a weird thing to say. Yeah. In here? Yes. One in there. And I have 45 more cooking up right there. I will toss these 29 in there. Wunderbar. You done? You're done. 64. We should actually be okay with that, but I'm going to let these fill as much as they can. Okay, so we've got too many of those. Let's go ahead. I'm going to yank that out of there. Let's go ahead and make another tank real quick. And we'll go out like that. Those. Let's turn it into a hardened one. Should be enough. It's only 5 buckets. Alright, so now we can make these into cryo-stabilized. Cryo-stabilized. So how do we do that? Flux duct. So I want empty ones of these. I would like the recipe. Thank you. So we are out of hardened glass. Alright, so I'm going to make some more hardened glass up and be right back, guys. Alright, I have the 46 cryo-stabilized flux ducts. And we're going to see how well this works. I turned everything off again. And I expanded this guy. So right now it's getting a whopping 1,000 in. And it's got an 85,000 max now. In and out. We should get real close to saturating that. We're going to have to rely on what we have stored. We should have enough stored that this should be okay. I do have to dismantle all of this, though, which is kind of a pain in the ass, if you ask me. Oh, I'm going to have to relocate that, aren't I? Yeah, that's okay. Smallest price to pay. Now, I wonder. I'm going to have to get more of these ducts, obviously, because I need to replace all of these connections as well. I'm debating even just straight up getting rid of the steam system and then just putting more reactors in or something. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to say power connector comes off here. Look at this guy. Look how ridiculous this is. I need to scan this. I need to scan this. Where's my scanner? Nothing can be learned. This is the height of technology, man. Come on. I'm sure something could have been learned, but whatever. So we're going to come out like that so we don't block any of our lighting. We'll jaunt like this. There's our first connection. Out like that. I love how bulky this freaking cable is, though. Super cool, in my opinion. Okay, so what's our output? So we're drawing about 4,000 RF per tick out of the system as it currently stands. Let's see how ridiculously saturated it gets in a half a second. So now we're inputting 13,000. Let's turn this guy on and see what happens. Outputting 26 in, 28 in, 29. A lot. We're getting a lot. We're hitting 30,000 in. give or take. This guy's outputting 28.6, pretty good. These are all operating at peak capacity, 320 RF. Although they're not doing anything for some of them because they're not actually connected. I can remedy that very, very quickly by just doing this. Actually, we'll get rid of that guy. Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. That was unfortunate. That was a mistake. First of all, okay, get rid of this. You don't belong anymore. You go not like that. In here. And like... There we go. So it's outputting. And you're not connecting to it because... Why? Hold on, we'll do it this way. Like that. And I like the fact that it interfaces with our original system. So we're not actually losing too much on that. That's good. You can go in there for now. We'll just have to make this duck under. Like this. So we can go there. There. Everybody's copacetic. We're now getting all of our stuff back, and boom, we're full. Look at that. That is just mean. So this guy I'm going to leave just as a stockpiler for whenever we get like apples in here. So it's just going to store the power because it can store up to 800,000 RF. And if we really needed a quick dump of an extra 20K, we can throw it in. But for that, I think that will do us for our upgraded power system for now. I should look into expanding this even further, possibly. Maybe make it like 2 more deeper and keep going in the back there. I don't want to use up too much of the yellorium, though. Let's go ahead, actually. One thing before we go. Let's go ahead. This is going to be a problem on this end for the mining. So what I want to do is grab... I don't know if I have an extra tesseract anywhere. Thinking that I do not. Pretty sure I have actually used all my tesseracts. Let's quickly make a tesseract. Okay, quit trying to make me the whole stack. Oh, I'm out of Enderium. Okay, well, I can't right now. But I can turn this kind of on. I want to see what this does to our power draw. If I click it to mining. My guess is it's going to try and saturate the connection and take over. Would be my guess. I mean, we shouldn't... Wow, we're still out, eh? Minus 30 AF per tick. Saturating the connection at machine buffers. Average output over 5 seconds is 23. Average input is 15. Wow. I'm impressed. With infinite transfer rate and making that much power, we are still losing a little bit of RF. Huh. You know what? I think it's time to stop beating around the bush and take out the steam in favor for a much larger lava tank, and instead putting a big magma or maybe just revamping that lava tank or something, and putting these steam engines for magmatic engines. Or better yet, supplementing, we should put magmatic engines under the floor and run them into the power system that way, and changing these guys for vibrant capacitor banks. Because with vibrant capacitor banks, we're talking like power in the millions. Vibrant capacity, yeah, 25 million RF per like one of those. So imagine this many vibrant capacitor banks and how kind of filthy that would be. You know what? We're gonna do that. That's another day's thing, or maybe I'll do it off camera so that we can get on to bigger, better things. But for now, this is where we stand. Our power system has been gloriously upgraded again. Everything looks great, more or less. But as usual, if you liked the episode, we're gonna go upstairs. If you liked the episode, you guys know what to do. Go ahead, leave us a like. You can always find other work I have done in the description box below. And of course, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.